how to read the Gospel. Well, Leslie Newbigin writes of the faith community that community formed by Jesus, quote, it becomes the place where men and women and children find that the Gospel gives them the framework of understanding, the lenses through which they're able to understand and cope with the world. And we've used some images of the church in the Beginner's Guide to Theology that I would like to just recycle. We need these and many other images beside to open up a way of thinking theologically about the nature of the Christian church. Just recall the first image we had. It was that of a Roman boat. The World Council of Churches uses just such an image, a boat with a cross in it. And certainly the New Testament has dramatic word pictures of Jesus calming the stormy seas. A profound metaphor, indeed, about sailing through the storms of life. The second image I chose was that of a map. And this then indicates how from the outset the church spread around the Roman Empire. It was outward looking and its mission wasn't tied to a particular location. Though it began in Jerusalem, soon it was everywhere, albeit in small communities, but actually quite fast-growing faith communities. I also chose an image that may not sound too helpful or healthy as far as the church is concerned. One of the fiercest critics of the 19th century was the great mystic William Blake. He gave us brilliant word pictures as well as engravings and other art images that show what the church ought not to be. The great lines from his poem Songs of Innocence put it this way. They illustrate the point so well. The priests in black gowns, walking their rounds, binding with briars my joys and desires. Yes, the church does do that. The church has, perhaps even from the earliest time, as much oppressed people as liberated them. So the third image I chose was also from Blake, his magnificent painting of the tiger. And this poem takes us to the heart of theological dilemma and paradox. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what a mortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what a mortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? For William Blake, what matters is the faith revealed in Christ Jesus and the faith revealed in human nature and the world of nature generally. And so often the church obscures that faith. The fourth image I chose is similarly an etching, but this time it's of a meeting between two great champions of the church, John Wesley and William Wilberforce. These two seasoned campaigners against the evils of slavery were such fierce opponents of it. And that image graces the church. It betokens a church committed against injustice. And finally, the fifth image is that of a splendid church itself, St. Peter's in Joppa. When Jonah fled away from God, it was to Joppa that he turned his face. And when St. Peter had his great vision of the net falling from heaven, catching up every kind of food which he was to declare clean to eat, it too was in Joppa. The concept of building a church in a particular location, making it a sacred space in a sacred location, has both powerful positive and some negative connotations. The point is, no one single image of the church is sufficient. Many images are needed. They each inform one another. The diamond, if you like, has many facets. But there is a theological way of ensuring that the varying expressions of church can be tied together. And Leslie Newbigin articulated it rather well. So let's have a look at that in the next slide.